Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Just Jay, you there? Can't hear nobody. You there, Jay? Salute everybody in the building. How is everybody? I can't hear nothing. I hope y'all can hear me. Let me know. Can y'all hear me? Yes, no, maybe so. Anybody in the chat can throw a one or a yump or something. Do something at me so I know you can hear me. Okay. All righty, all right. Okay, so here we go. So yes, salute everybody in the building. Appreciate you pulling up. Um, Me and Just Jay, my fellow Taurus baddie, wanted to real quick go over some of the traits, characteristics, or behaviors of people or men and women that have that narcissistic personality disorder, or at least have some of the traits. I know you have to have like a certain amount of number, like 7 traits out of like 10 or 12 in order to be definite narcissist, but um, we're just gonna go over some of the things that would help you recognize if you are one yourself or if you have one in your area. But let me say what's up to everybody in the building. Nini, what's up, sis? Third Ward, appreciate you for stopping by. Let's see, the cynical one, what's up, sis? Dom Play, what's happening? Let's see. Goddess, appreciate you coming. Victoria, I see you. Let's see who else is in here. I think that's everybody. And of course, Jay. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. So let me see. Hold on. Let me see. John, what's up? I see you. I don't hear y'all hear Jay because I don't hear nothing. Hold on. Just a second, guys. Okay. I don't hear nothing. Okay. So where is Jay? I see you in the comments, Jay. But how come I can't hear you? Jay, you're on mute. Wow. Okay, I don't know. I can't hear her. So Jay is going to be talking about the male narcissist, and I'm going to be touching on the female narcissist as far as the traits and what it looks like. Um, Let's see. Jay, you there? Are you still on mute? I don't know. All right. So let me touch on the female narcissist first of all. So as far as the traits that a female narcissist would possess, image is everything. It's like extremely important, public image and appearance. So they will dress up, or they will exaggerate achievements, or they will grab they'll have symbols, status symbols, that whether they can afford it or not, things that would just make themselves appear superior or better than. As far as like a trait that you could pick up on or to see whether or not somebody is or isn't, is they won't accept your interpersonal boundaries. So what's up, E? I see you. So basically, they don't respect your boundaries or your need for personal space. If it doesn't have anything to do with them, then they'll either try to sabotage it or they'll make a fit. As far as you needing time to yourself or telling them no, that's not a thing. You don't tell a narcissist no. Another one would be they take pleasure in your pain. So with narcissists, both male and female, they are very insecure, and they have low self-esteem. So they feel better putting others down, whether it be by snide remarks, over criticizing, or they might even water down like your personal achievements. Won't acknowledge them at all, or if they do, it's kind of like a dry congratulations, or they have an attitude like it's a chore for them to show you any kind of praise. Let's see. Also, they will try to ruin your other relationships with other people, or your other connections. So a narcissist, your they'll want all your attention. Obviously, they will try to control you, or really that's what they want more than ever, is to have control over you at all costs. So they will intentionally create like rifts between you and others when it comes to your connection. So examples could be that they'll spread rumors. They may cause like misunderstandings or miscommunication with you and others, just as long as they taint other relationships, so that basically you're relying on and coming to only them. What's up, we need critical thinking. Appreciate you stopping by. Let's see. So what else? They will talk about themselves, or she'll talk about herself. So she'll speak highly of herself, and that'll be her favorite pastime. Like everything will be about her at every given moment. Like I was saying earlier, they'll exaggerate their achievements, or create like a grand but false image of themselves. Basically, they'll try to convince you that she's highly desired so that she can have your admiration. Let's see what else they do. They like to play the victim. So basically, her struggles and pain is far bigger than anyone else's ever. Hold on, I think I hear somebody. Let me see. You should.
Yeah, still can't hear me?
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hey. How's it going?
You got it. Okay. I was like, I know I'm supposed to hear you. Where are you at? Okay.
I don't know what's going on with my headset. I have no clue.
Oh, well, you're here now. So that's what's
Yeah.
up. So I'm just going through the female trait or
Hey everyone. Sorry.
every. I hope everybody knows this day. If you don't, now you do. Did you Are you able to drop your link in the chat
Um,
so that they can sub up?
Give me a second. I have to open another.
But yeah, I forgot what I was. Oh, I think I was on playing the victim. So um yes, her struggles will be far greater than anyone else's. Um
No, you have to make me a mod.
oh, hi. Okay. So she will I got you. She will she won't boast about her difficulties or struggles and things like that, but as soon as you try to share yours with that person, she will basically divert the conversation or the topic to her problems and make it about herself so that she appears to be or becomes a martyr, basically. Um, so let's see. She's never wrong. She will blame others for her mistakes. Um, so because she's always right, obviously she can't be wrong. So she will blame anybody else. There's no apologies. And she'll try to blame everybody else for, you know, shortcomings or things that get messed up. Um, Another one would be like no regard for others' feelings. There's no empathy whatsoever. That's the biggest red flag. Um, so like example, if you're sick and you guys are supposed to hang out or something, she'll complain about you falling ill, and try to guilt trip you into doing things her way as opposed to your way. Um, there's the idealizing and devaluing. So like love bombing stage usually, which is in the middle, I mean in the beginning, and the love bombing is just, the love and affection is, and gift giving, sex, everything like that will be on 10. And then as soon as she feels like she has you in her grips, she'll switch up and play with your emotions or just not give you as much attention as she used to, um, and things like that. Very materialistic. Like I said, the appearance and public image is extremely important. So very opportunistic. If you can't do anything for her, whatever that may be, then she will either discard you or she won't stick around. Um, let's see. I'll let you bust some down, Jay.
Okay. So, it's actually narcissism is actually a disorder. It's called NPD, narcissist personality disorder, and it's in a male. It's a overinflated ego. They need attention. They have empathy for no one but themselves. They can be charming, charismatic, and before they turn sour. Um, they have a sense of self importance and a very fragile ego. They display grandiosity, which is an exaggerated sense of self importance, and expect praise and recognition from others. Um, they don't care about anyone's emotions. They're manipulative, and when things don't go their way, they can be vindictive, anta- antagonic- antagonistic, malignant. Okay, no, these are the different types of narcissists. There are different types. One is grandiose, which is pretentious and feeling of superiority, sensitive to failure, gravitate to women that give them admiration. Then you have vindictive, may respond to rejection or criticism with threats and revenge. Antagonistic, they focus on rivalries, competition, and often argumentative and don't forgive easily. Then you have malignant, narcissism and antisocial personality distrait. Lord, throat chakra traits. They are arrogant and explorative of others. They need power and recognition and can harm you. Um, then you have the covert narcissist. They appear to be timid due to fear of being rejected or disliked. They'll verbally attack you or talk behind someone's back. Then you have the sexual narcissist. They prioritize their own sexual needs and desires over their partners and have lack of empathy for a partner's sexual desire and expect praise for their performance and demands it on their returns. Then you have the cerebral intelligent narcissist. They have a sense of superiority and it's rooted in their intelligence and expertise. They brag about accomplishments and undermine intelligence of others and or correct others often. Um, and then you have somatic. They obsess over appearance, criticize others, and appearance to mask insecurities. Then you have the spiritual narcissist. They use faith to make them superior. They'll shame you, manipulate you, and have controlling traits. You want to take over for a minute?
Sure. So, yeah, there like she was saying, there's several types of narcissists, which doesn't make it any easier. Um, yeah, it's all bad. Why do they have kinds? I don't know, but there's different kinds, like
Right.
that she just went through. Um,
She
for
said, y'all
me,
shaking the table.
for me, the coldest kind is the covert because obviously covert means hidden, so you wouldn't know. They're not like the grandiose one where they're very, extroverted and loud with it. Like the covert ones, they're shy and they're reserved, and yet they still have all these traits. So you gotta watch, or be aware of these things that we're putting out there as far as ways to.
Yams.
But who am I forgetting? Some people popped in. PYT, what's up? Zero, I see you. Salute, y'all. Salute. Um, so yeah, like lying and deceiving obviously is big one. Um, with both male and female.
Mm-hmm.
Entitlement, entitlement is definitely a key one. Um, they don't want to work for anything. They just feel like it should all come to them because they woke up today. Um, they are extremely insecure, even though they will appear to be very confident. Um, it's the opposite. They're just overcompensating because of that insecurity. They don't want anybody to know. It's just the image thing. As far as whatever they can convince the public of, their lifestyle or who they are, that's the goal. Um, with women, definitely they use not so much with men, but with women specifically, they use sex appeal or sexuality um, as a means to manipulate and then also to use as a weapon. So they'll and they're also very well, that's both. Male and female are very promiscuous. They get it in. Um, and that kind of falls in with the insecurity. Somebody that has a million partners, it's they're seeking validation through that. So if they can have several hundred partners, that means there's some worth there. There is some value, and they see that as, a way to help validate whatever they're missing or that void that's inside. Um, so yeah, they will with women, they will give you morning, noon, night in the beginning, and then they'll start to taper off, and either they will use silent treatment as a means of punishment, or they'll withhold sex also as a means of punishment if you don't do something the way they want it to be done, or if they're not getting things done their way. Um, Also, they're heavy with the gossiping. So they have this hierarchy where they are superior than everybody and everything. Um, Especially with other women, they feel like if they feel like another woman is a threat to them for whatever reason, they will methodically and calculatedly try. Is that a word? Calculatedly, they will try to they will, they will calculate a way to end you. That'll be their main goal. Um, Basically, they just try to ruin your life, or just bring you down, and it'll be through gossiping. Um, Mainly just to tear you down and make you, less desirable, or make themselves more desirable in that way. Um, like if your mother or a mother was a narcissist, there's a good way to see. There's several, but um, if they have a golden child, meaning if there's several siblings, one of the children will be, the best child, and they're considered the golden child, so they do everything right. And then there'll obviously be another child that they compare that one to, like, you don't do this like your sister, or I wish you were more like your brother, or you know what I mean, that kind of thing. And they triangulate in that way, um, to make the connection with you and your siblings rocky and whatnot, just because they are putting one on a pedestal. Um, so yeah, everything has to be about her. She needs admiration. It is like what they call narcissistic supply, which is
Mm-hmm.
if they don't have this supply, whether it be attention or admiration, whatever, they can't survive. So um they feel worthless. So they use this admiration and all that in order to feel complete or whole. Like they don't feel like a whole person without this. They're very entitled. They don't want, like I said, they don't want to work for anything, and they don't want you. If you go against them feeling like or being number one, then you're gonna have a problem. Houston, y'all gonna have a problem, basically. Um, you wanna tap in?
Sure. Some other traits they have are professionalism. Perfectionist. They have control issues. They have commitment issues. They can be pathological liars, manipulative. They like to love bomb. They like to seek attention. They can be dismissive and abusive. One of the biggest traits is gaslighting. um they have very disrespectful behavior, and they also like to blame you when something goes wrong. Now gaslighting is I'm not sure if anybody know what gaslighting is, but hold on, let me make sure I get this right. Gaslighting basically is when they make you think that you're like they switch, they turn the tables, they lie, make you think that you're like imagining what's going on, and you know what I'm saying, like love bombing. And can you describe uh
Yeah,
gaslighting better? I got notes, y'all. I got notes.
it's kind of like they try to alter your reality. So whatever you know to be true, they will try to manipulate you into thinking that you're tripping, or they'll try to second have you second guess yourself. So if you seen your chick in a car with some man while you was on the highway, and you tell them, I seen you riding around with this guy, and they'll be like, no, I wasn't, you're tripping, I was at work all day. You're tripping, something's wrong with you. Like, that's gaslighting.
Right,
Or
right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Anything to alter your reality, that's gaslighting.
They also have a hoover. They also have a tactic called hoovering. That's a manipulation tactic that to suck their supply back into a toxic relationship cycle. They will stalk you. They will run a smear campaign to suck you in, and they will waste your time, energy, and attention if you try to leave them. Um, they also have false tears. They fear that you'll get away because they need you to boost their ego.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do get away, they will have like someone else like really quick if they didn't already have someone, because not all narcissists cheat, but most
Mm-hmm.
of them do.
I'm like, mm-hmm.
So um what else? They will blame you. um Confronting a narcissist won't work because they don't care. They'll try to shift the blame on you.
Mm-hmm.
um don't talk about your feelings to a narcissist because they lack compassion and won't get it. um like she said, they have a sense of entitlement. They don't care how others feel. um and some of the ways you can feel dealing with a narcissist is you can feel like you're not connected. You can feel manipulated. You can feel like you're not enough. You can feel like you're constantly gaslighted. You try to avoid conversations that will lead into arguments or something where you can be gaslighted. Thank you. Critical thinking. um they will try to make you feel like you're responsible for everything, and they'll have you walking around on eggshells. You can see through their charm. You can feel constantly criticized. Your needs are ignored. Your family usually warns you. You get cheated on a lot. You can feel unloved. You can get the silent treatment. They can suck your energy, which can also affect your finances and make you financially stuck. And they will try to make you have to rely on them, and they won't change. Take it over.
Okay, my turn. My turn.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so let's see. So, specifically for the females, they usually will keep a group of males around them. However many that is depends on the chick, but she'll usually keep a group of male friends around her that admire her for the use of narcissistic supply and or triangulation if she's in an actual relationship. And usually those men are positioned for like emotional supply, whether she's getting it from home or not, um, or home meaning her relationship or not. She'll keep a set of men around so that she can get that supply. Especially if she's not getting it from home. Most likely, she's not getting it from home because she's terrorizing that man at the house, and so he's probably gone cold, or she's not getting what she probably was getting in the beginning before he realized or recognized that she was a narcissist. So they definitely, I think I mentioned that, they definitely play the victim or the damsel in distress,
Mm-hmm.
um, gain sympathy, but it's only to later on weaponize you with it. Um, so they'll use it, as a means of getting you to do certain things for them. They'll do that trauma bonding type of it'll be that kind of dynamic. Um, they they will always have something wrong with them. So they're either tired or they got hurt or there was an unfortunate event or a sickness. Something will always be wrong with this chick. And it's again to get that sympathy, empathy vote from whoever she's dealing with. so that you can cater to her and take care of her. And she wants to, again, be the center of your attention and the reason why you woke up, basically. You wake up every day for her and to do what she wants you to do and how she wants you to do it. Um, Also, they will have like an empathy complex where they'll self proclaim themselves as an empath and claim to have like a great deal of knowledge with regard to narcissism, but they won't use that knowledge to self reflect or to, do inventory on themselves. Um, if someone else is deemed better or seems as though they're better than she is, or they have something that she wants or considers hers, like I was saying earlier, she will try to dismantle your life at all costs with calculation. Like, it won't seem like she is writing a blueprint for your destruction, but yeah, she's definitely doing that. um let's see what else can I think of. We
You want me
talked
to take
about a
over?
parent. Yes, please.
Okay.
Think of some more
Um,
stuff. Go ahead.
they love to talk about themselves. They avoid accountability. They like to project and deflect. Um, their parents have a hard time with them. Um, they can't express their feelings and emotion in a healthy way. I mean, there's some you have to recognize yourself as being a narcissist to want to get help. So there is help for them, but most of them are so stuck on themselves, they're not gonna admit that they are a narcissist, and they're not gonna try to get the help that they need to deal with NPD. Um, they'll use statements like, here's some gaslighting statements. You're crazy. You made me do this. You don't know what you're talking about. Things like that. They're rooted in low self-worth and low self-esteem. They hate the word no. Um, a good way to deal with them is a tactic called gray rock, where you reduce attention to keep it brief. You match their energy. Treat them like they treat you.
Right.
You can leave. They hate to see you leave they live your best life, and they're very competitive. So also, aging is a struggle with them. They can't because they can't, as they get older, they can't control their charm, and it diminishes with age, and they become less attractive. Um, they may be alone. The older narcissists tend to be alone, bitter, and have money issues. Narcissists in general will punish you for saying no because of disappointment. Um, they will name call, like treat you like a loser, belittle you, like you're a failure, just to make themselves feel superior. Uh, Again, they like to love bomb, which is, how do I explain that? uh,
Like the
so they'll
honeymoon.
yeah, like they'll wine and dine you and make you feel all special, and then as soon as you're there, then they go back to their toxic ways, and they will keep doing that as long as you let them. Um, I had a boss that was almost. She's so silly. You funny, D. Um, let me see what else I have. They do have a sense of entitlement. It's hard to get through to them. So, like, talking to them is really hard because they have a one track mind, and they're on themselves. So, it's kind of hard to get through them. Um, Tactics that they use and you may use is no contact, which is sometimes hard for some people, sometimes not for others. Um, they can miss you too. They can miss you because their emotions and their needs are not getting met, not because they miss you as a person. So, um, they'll miss how you made them feel. They need that ego boost. So that's when they'll start the love bombing phase just to wheel you back in and just to be toxic again. You can't win an argument with them because they really don't care. They don't have any feelings. Um, Again, with the children, like she touched on the children. So you have the golden child, the scapegoat, and what was the third one? The lost baby girl or baby boy. And the golden child, they'll live in fear. They can live in fear, trying to please their parents. The scapegoat will be blamed for everything, and the lost boy or girl may be neglected more or less ignored. When it comes to cheating, they have no remorse. They have little or no self control, and some traits that may let you know that they're cheating. They may disappear frequently. They'll flirt on social media, keep their phone in their hand. They won't put it down or let you near it. Accuse you of cheating. Their behavior changes suddenly. The libido changes suddenly. They cancel plans frequently. Avoid combo that will that will get into their cagey behavior. They'll shower you from gifts out of nowhere, and they'll sneak and spend money behind your back and blame you for cheating. So, you want to take over?
Um, yeah, that cheating aspect, it's or as far as like the libido was cold about some of them is that the libido may not change. It may increase. With men, it may increase. Um, because usually, um, with the male, I forgot what it was a study that I was reading a long time ago. Like with men, when they're dealing with multiple women, their testosterone rises. And so their libido also increases because I guess the desire or um, I don't know, the chemicals, I don't know, but it makes them want to get her done basically. So you might, I mean, that has nothing to do with narcissism. That's just in general. With the cheating, don't always assume that you're not going to get some. You might get more, or you might get the same amount. So it just depends. Um, have to use your discernment, of course. But um, I think I might have covered everything. I mean, I'm sure I haven't covered everything. Um, there's other aspects that are just depending on what type of narcissist you're dealing with, but or like the main characteristics and things like that is what
Hello, Aaron.
oh, what's up, Aaron? Um, that's what we're pretty much bringing people aware of. They're kind of like energy vampires, basically. If
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people are, if everybody is familiar with an energy vampire, but basically they will take your energy in order for them to survive, or they're not able to wake up every day and feel like happy or joy, or just have great days. Like usually with these people, they are mimicking somebody or mimicking like happy feelings and um, joyful feelings. They don't know how to tap in to these things. So um, they're tricky as hell. and they're cold blooded. I don't know who made these guys. Who made these people?
I
Some of
have no idea.
I mean, some, some it comes from, being raised by narcissistic parents, and then some become narcissistic over time. I mean, we all have narcissistic tendencies, but there are some people that are absolutely categorized in, saying as having it as a disorder. So it just depends. But I think I think that's pretty much. Did I talk about the shaming? How
Nope.
female narcissists will try to shame men for having, or not so much having, but yeah, I guess having or expressing their feelings. Like that's what the toxic masculinity is. So they'll try to make you feel crazy, or shame you for crying, or for just expressing any kind of um, emotion. And again, they want to appear better, sexier, smarter, more desirable.
Yeah.
Anything that they want to make you feel, or they want to seem like they're highly desired by so many men in order to get your vote or to get you locked in. So
And men
sex.
are the same way when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah.
Um, so some of the things that they can do when some of the stages and things that they go through is narcissist rage. They may want to hog the conversation. They can be emotionally detached, and they don't notice the needs of others. They will torment you with fear, and they're emotionally stingy. Um, their lies turn into gaslighting.
Yeah.
They'll make bold promises.
Liars. No.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
very
lying is
apologetic. They can be apologetic, and it seems randomly.
right.
Um, they just have a real fragile ego. Male narcissists just really want you to stroke their ego, like, and if you don't stroke their ego, then they will discard you. Um, but you can beat them up at the chase if just by
Right.
going no contact, which like really gets to them because you're not feeding them with their fuel of praise and worship, which is what they feed off of. um what else? Trying to see if I covered everything because I got a lot. um
Well, let's I don't want to forget. I saw E had a question, and so did we need critical thinking. Um, E's question is it easy to get out of the situation, or is the female afraid because of the scars and wounds that have been deeply planted over time? Um, it depends on the relationship, because it could be a
right.
family, friend, it could be a
And
spouse.
yeah, and the length of time of the relationship, because I'm sure someone is just getting into something that's not, it's not going to be hard for them to get out. But if you spend years and didn't know or didn't realize that this person was this person because you were not paying attention, or like ignoring the red flags, because they'll
Mhm.
come off as though they don't have any but they
Right.
do. um then
And
they will yeah, I feel like it depends on the timing, how long you're with them.
yeah,
Some people in general just don't like to be alone, so they'll just accept anything from whoever give it to them.
but yeah, they are usually scouting for a specific type. I don't know, it's like a pheromone
Mm.
to
Mm-hmm.
them. So they will seek out people that they can tell have, poor boundary setting or insecure themselves or an empath, basically.
Right.
Anything that they
Yes.
can manipulate and use that is going to, be, more, it'll be more um, easily manipulated, or they can use them quicker because they'll have the benefit of the doubt, and they will, try to, give a person a second chance. Or empaths usually feel like they can save people or help people, and
Mm.
so the narcissist will exploit that and take full advantage of that trait and get away with all kinds of murder. And either the empath won't catch on, or once they do, they might be, depleted
It's
of energy and time and money and resources and all of that. Usually, if a person is moving fast in a relationship, like they are, I love you super quick, and just all the stages of, getting to know somebody or courting someone, if that process is quick, oh, let's meet my parents, and oh, I love you, and oh, they're just giving you so much, they're so all up on you to the point where you can't even breathe or think. That's on purpose so that they can, move in. So people that are moving really quick in relationships, that's a red flag right there, because the quicker that they can get you, hooked, then the easier it'll be for them to then, do the discarding or the devaluing phase. There's always phases with a narcissist. So yeah, it just depends. Some people are in relationships for years. I'm talking about 20, 50 years with a narcissist, and either they don't leave or they can't leave. Um, for reasons, it varies, but it's not always easy to get away at all. Um, there was another question. We need critical thinking. I saw it. Let me see. Oh, can a narcissist change? Um, they can. Hold on, slow down. Um, I don't know. Well, they can be made aware of their disorder and seek like um counseling or whatnot for it. But if they're like a true narcissist, they will always be this, but they can curb their behavior, or they can become aware of their behavior so that they can kind of, intercept how they move and how they talk and walk. But a true narcissist will pretty much always be that. It usually gets worse instead of better, which sucks. But wait a minute. But yeah, it just depends.
And it only gets worse instead of better because it's hard for them to admit that they have a problem. It's like an addiction. If you, the first step to getting help is admitting that you have that problem. And narcissists, just you can't tell them that they are just self-absorbed. They're not gonna believe that, even though that's what's going on. So I mean,
Right.
some ways you can, like I said, some ways you can get away from them is go no contact. You can stop interacting. Don't respond to them, their phone calls, texts, FaceTime. You can block them from everything. Um, oh, and they can use charm that appears too good to be true.
Right.
Their supply, like she said, is are usually empaths and people that individuals that focus only on them. Um, I think
What's
we
up, Marquise?
touched everything. Oh, they can be envious too. They can be arrogant and envious. They are hypersensitive. They very defensive and has denial about everything. They're controlling. Um, some more traits and things that you might see in people, and you were wondering, like, why is this person like this? You really won't know. To be honest, sometimes you really don't know if narcissists really don't like have feelings. So you can be, like she said, in a relationship for years, and that person did care about you like you thought. It was just you stroking their ego and people pleasing them. So um, they do a lot of guilt tripping. They'll bring up prior arguments, restart prior arguments. They'll give you indirect or not no answers. They like to project. They'll overreact. They'll make you feel guilty. Um, to control their ego and boost their ego and make themselves feel better. They'll ridicule you. Um, I think that's about all I got. I think that's about all I got for now. We'll have to do a part two possibly.
Right. Like we need critical thinking was saying there's that probably is a word. It is now. How about that? Narcissist pass. It's psychopaths, sociopaths. They have similar traits along with narcissists. I believe it's if you have all three. Um, if you have a three-piece, I think it's called like Machiavelli something, Machiavellianism or some crap like that. It gets deep, y'all.
Hmm.
But yeah, Montrese, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. What up?
What's happening?
Hey.
Man, listen, them narcissistic people, man, just I mean, honestly, just stay away from them, block them, like just Jay was saying. Uh,
Mm,
that's their mindset. Shit, that's who they are, and they'll let you know who they are by their actions. Just stay away from them.
You gotta recognize that that's who they are first. So
That's what I'm saying. That I mean, but they show you who they are.
yeah.
yeah, eventually you do see it if you don't ignore the red flags.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know, if you're not familiar with these couple of traits that we're throwing out, if you're not familiar with it,
So
then
when the
you
vibe and chemistry be off though, just Jay
definitely
creating red
gotta.
flags in the beginning. No, not necessarily E. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
He said, so wouldn't the vibe and chemistry be off though? Just Jay creating red flags from the beginning? No, not necessarily. Because they're in the
Not at all.
love bombing honeymooning stage. So they're making it there's someone that seems too good to be true. So
Yeah.
no, you can't always just automatically spot them unless I guess you're really good at reading people.
Mm-hmm. Like if you've dealt with one before, or you do more research, which I would advise everybody to do, just
Hmm.
just to be safe because they are sprinkled out here like a finishing salt. But like the thing about a narcissist, especially a covert, like I said, I think there's like 8 or 9, I could be wrong, different kinds. And I don't know why they need kinds of narcissists, but there's different types. And covert narcissists, like I was mentioning before, is the coldest one because they are undetected. They're under the radar. They're not like a grandiose, extroverted, loud and saying out there type of narcissist. They're the shy, reserved. They seem empathetic. They seem like they are the opposite of what they actually are. So
Right.
um, everything will be placed and it'll look good. Like you do window shopping and you be like, damn, that looks kind of hot. Everything about it will seem perfect or it'll seem like you're kind. And then one day things will just start to change and shift. But
Because
it
they've
just
lost
depends.
interest because you're not fulfilling whatever purpose you were in their life as far as like their ego. If that part isn't being satisfied, then yeah, that's
Yeah.
when they'll start changing and they'll discard you or Or they'll just string you along and break from you.
They'll disappear. Like another flag is they will disappear, say for like a week or two, a month, and come back like it was just yesterday, last time y'all talked.
Right.
Like they aren't really consistent. They are in the beginning, but that's the love bombing phase. After
Right.
that is the devaluing, where they just start treating you however, whenever, and basically they're just trying to condition you to be and accept their behavior. So if they were calling and they stop calling all of a sudden, and then they'll come back and love bomb you again to bring you back in. You're at the point, by the time you hear from them again, you're at the point where you're like, oh, I missed you. So yeah, okay, let's kick it, because I haven't seen you or talked to you in a while. They're
Right.
conditioning you to be okay and accept that behavior, and instead of saying, nah, I'm cool, that ain't, we're not doing that. So they're calculated, definitely, but
Okay.
um, they're they get to a point where they're wishy-washy, and they come and go as they please and think that it's cool because they are, they have superiority.
Very cocky. They might even tell you, "Oh, I have more than one partner." Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Cockily. Look, I know that's not a word, but
it is tonight, cockily. You understand? They'll do it cockily. Let's go. But
like,
they were always, yes, you're right, goddess. They always understand that with a
look for the
narcissist,
next
there
supply.
is always someone lined up. Period. Period.
Yep.
Like they have an empty. It's like a bottomless pit. So they are never going to be satisfied with one person. You can't
All
love
of them don't cheat
one
though.
of
All of
not.
them don't cheat. Not all of them.
I guess I don't know where those ones is at, but um,
Well, studies
it's probably
say,
true.
look, I didn't cite my sources, but studies say not all
Studies
of them are
indicate,
cheaters. But
right?
I agree with you though. But
Yeah, they will always, because of that void, or that constant need for admiration and that ego to be stroked. Usually your ego is going to be stroked the most in the honeymoon stages of these connections. So they will always have somebody lined up. So like, well, one way to tell out of a relationship which one was cheating or which one was doing dirt, it's the one that's with somebody. So like if you break up with your partner and whoever is in a relationship first, usually that's probably the one that was cheating, or usually that's probably the one that was doing something. But with narcissists, um, they have somebody to fall back on. So it's kind of like a survival type of way of living or a way of
laughing
life.
at me.
There is survival, so they try to make sure that what I'm saying, like they won't just lock in and stick with where they're at. They have to make sure that, okay, just in case this doesn't work out, which they know it's not,
Right.
because
They're never
they're,
satisfied.
yeah, they know that they know it's short lived. They hope it's not, but they know one day that person may, what I'm saying, understand what they're doing or who they are. So they always have somebody ready set up in the in the rosters.
I
Kakali,
do
yes.
follow I do follow this one YouTuber. He has NPD. His name is Lee.
Oh, Lee
And
Hammond.
you ever watch Lee?
Yeah, Lee Hammond, I think is his
Yeah,
name.
he's also on TikTok. He has it, and he's real good with breaking down like the characteristics and how to deal with it and everything. And he's straight up no chaser.
Yeah, I think it's Lee Hammond. He has a channel. It's
Let me see if I can find his.
I was watching it maybe a couple years back. I don't really visit like I used to, but he's a self-proclaimed narcissist, and he
Mhm.
actually goes to therapy
A
in
little more
order to
ugly.
keep up with, or to identify, whatever it is that he needs to work on. He has a wife and children,
Mm-hmm.
so and I don't know how she's doing that. That girl is
Right. But they
Yikes.
do a
But
lot of they do a lot of lives together. Question and answer, Q&A. Let me see if I can find him.
one eye Willie, salute.
Yeah. Salute
Um,
one I Willie.
let's see. The
Here
question
he
is,
is.
oh, are they aware that they are a narc, and is this condition a result of childhood trauma? Um, yes and no. So
Right.
some narcissists have no idea that they are, and
Mm.
then a lot of them do, and they just hope you don't find find
Right.
out.
Right.
And
And
it starts
it's
from
hard. But see, that's a hard because they're not gonna admit it. If they're not receiving help for it, they might not even they you can't tell them they're narcissists. They're not gonna accept that.
yeah,
So they have
they'll
to
be
like
quick.
I think it took for him to almost lose his wife. And
Yeah,
he seeked help. So I mean, that's one of the ways that you can overcome. Well, it's not no over. It's not a way you can overcome it, but there's a way that you can control it, and
yeah,
through therapy.
right. His started the guy Lee Hammond. His started from childhood, and a lot of people it does start from childhood, and so they don't even realize that this is the thing. This is how they see or perceive the world because this is pretty much all they know. But um, some people, they had narcissistic parents. Um, and like in couples, you can end up turning into a narcissist if you're around one so closely, like say in a romantic connection, you can end up, being narcissistic yourself just because you're dealing with this dynamic all the time. Because they wear you down, like they break you down. Like it's not like
Mhm.
it's psychological, like it's mental. So just like any abuse, the first thing you go, the first for abuse to be successful, the first place that they attack is your mind. So it's a psychological thing.
Yeah,
If they get your mind, then it, it's just a matter of when or if you break that cycle.
I do have a list of red flags here. Okay, so a list of common red flags are a lack of empathy, need to be the center of attention, unsupportive, inflated self image, lack of consideration for others, sensitive to criticism, makes you think you're the problem, always plays the victim for sympathy, seeks attention constantly, steers conversations to be about themselves, breaks boundaries often, and they lack reliability.
Right. Yeah, definitely. There's no accountability whatsoever. Um, a lot of lying, um, whether it's about small things or big things, but they
I
definitely
know.
lying.
But the thing is, and something else that we didn't touch on, a narcissist doesn't have to be a romantic partner. Like she
At all.
said, it could be your children. Like I have children, I have my children. Not yeah, not all of them.
You say you have narcissistic. Um,
Yes, children.
okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Three of them.
Well,
Yep.
hi.
3 out of 4. Yep.
Well, bam. Now, are they
One I
narcissistic?
will eat
Or
that.
have narcissistic
True.
traits?
True. What did you say? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was saying, are they narcissistic or do they display narcissistic traits?
Display the traits,
Okay. Yeah.
but then you have to look. I look back at their fathers. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. You know any narcissists um or people that have heavy narcissistic traits, Montrese?
Yeah, quite a few people. Quite a few people that I don't rock with no more because of that.
Right.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
don't rock with a lot of people. I ain't never really been that dude that wanted a whole bunch of friends anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Earth signs are pretty reserved anyway. We be chilling.
Right.
Yeah.
Loner like me. I stay to myself too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't think anyway. You
no,
can still, I can't say you can't run into narcissists, especially if you're on YouTube, but
Right.
um
well,
staying
shit.
to yourself is a good way of
Well, shit.
staying to avoiding other people's problems and attitudes and stress, and because they throw that on you
Yeah, they
just to
do. They
make
want it.
themselves feel better. They take that load off of them and throw it on you.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
want you to get into their shit and get in their business, and they want you to argue with people that they got beef with, but your beef is not my beef. I'm not
Mhm.
about to be hanging out with nobody on this shit. We ain't about to kick it. I ain't about to meet up with you nowhere. It ain't happening. I don't even be on that. I don't talk to people behind the scenes. I don't do none of that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I heard
Because
that.
people around, I mean, I'm noticing people are like, sheesh. That's just all I got. That's
Yeah,
but
it's more
yeah.
narcissistic than it isn't, in my opinion.
Right. I don't know if it's I would assume that it's or my guess is not assume. My guess is that it's for men and women, but I know for sure females. Social media is a huge thing for the female.
Mm-hmm. Because it boosts their ego.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's crazy, but yeah, for
But
men for sure.
here's some other ways that can help if you know someone dealing with NPD, or if you have NPD, you can educate yourself on it. You can build your self esteem. You can speak up for yourself, set clear boundaries, practice skills to keep calm, find a support system, insist on immediate action, understand they may need professional help, recognize when you need help. Um, those are some ways that you can, because like everybody is like, everything doesn't require medicine. So
Mm-mm.
those are some. It might sound easy, but that's a lot of work, to be honest. But it can help normalize you. A lot of narcissists don't even have identities.
That's fact.
They mold themselves into whoever they need to be for you.
Right. Basically, like a chameleon.
They don't
Right.
even know who they are because they have to be so many different people for so many different people.
Right.
And I know that from dealing with one.
Yeah. Their self worth and just identity is they don't have one. So
Right.
they're like a remix of several people that they like. Okay, they like that person's laugh, they like that person's
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
that person's makeup, they like that person's mannerisms, and it's a build a bear basically.
Right.
So they'll create this image and have everybody believing it when really they don't have one. um or they do, they just don't like it for whatever reason. They just are not,
Because they're
and they
never
don't.
happy. So.
Yeah, yeah, they don't want to try to seek the help that is necessary or needed for them to, stop these types of things. They just rather take on somebody else's and try to hide the fact that they're doing it. So it's crazy because they're insecure as hell, but they will come off confident as AF, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep. Very
with
insecure.
Yeah, with the females, as far as like the insecurity goes, they think everybody envies them. They think everybody wants to be like them.
Right.
Um, and
And I
so
was
like
Go ahead.
um long-term connections are basically non-existent because she thinks everybody's jealous and she's feels more superior than everyone and everything. So there's no such thing as a long-term not commitment. long-term friendship or relationship. It's
Hey,
gonna start to
Jose.
affect them. And then I think I said that sex is a weapon. If you let her down or she feels ignored, they'll do the silent treatment or they will withhold sex as punishment. But
Also, do
yeah,
not cry in front of them. If they may feel guilty, but then again, they may not. They may feel powerful because they're getting your energy.
right.
They're
Hey,
feeling
Tika.
down and they just brought you to their level, so they're feeling your energy. So crying in front of a narcissist is not going to get you anywhere
Yeah,
because they don't
showing
care.
it. emotion. Any kind of vulnerability or emotion, all they're gonna do is they're like a learning robot. So big robot is a great way to put it, but they're a learning
Or
robot. So they'll learn things, but they once they learn it, they tweak it and twist it and weaponize you for it.
I do have 13 things that a narcissist may do when they see you cry. They can show false empathy. Um, they can fake an apology. They'll give you a fake apology. They'll ask you to stop. Like they made you cry, but they'll ask you to stop. Because it's getting to them.
Mm-hmm.
So they can get mad. They can criticize you. They they're satisfied. Like I just said the first time, they can be satisfied by that. They may get an arousal from it. They may laugh at you. Um, they'll pretend nothing happened. They'll shift the blame. They'll make you feel like you feel like invalidation, like what you said didn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
They'll gaslight you, or they may give you the silent treatment.
Right.
A lot of men are like that though. One, I really, but a lot of men are narcissists, but women are too. So,
Yeah.
but
Women are kind of harder to
showing
detect.
no emotion. I mean, you could be a dark empath or you can be a narcissist, but those are the ones that really show or really don't have emotions. Like they really don't have them. Not just don't show them, they don't have them because they can fake showing emotions. But they do whatever they have to do to adjust to their situation.
Right. I think those are those the psychopaths or sociopaths that literally have no emotion. They absolutely mimic. I
I'm
forgot
not
which one it
sure.
was.
I'm not sure who
But
it is.
but yeah, with the oh, what's up, JD? With the with the narcissist, they get like an ego stroke, knowing that they can control your emotions, whether it's happy, sad, irate, you know, depressed, whatever. They get a kick or chubby, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Whatever, knowing that they have the ability to control your emotions. And I know we see that all day long on these platforms. People
Right.
bait other people in, you know what I'm saying, to go 18 dummy or just, to go ape shit. And really some of these people that are arguing and that are really like, you know what I'm saying, just going crazy, they're not even mad, yo. You know what I'm saying? But they appear that way in order to get the other person to react. So that's the other thing. Don't
Hey, I'm
react
on one.
to their behavior, because if you react, that's exactly what they're trying to
You're
do. Like
satisfying them.
if you get upset based off of how they come for you or come at you, that's narcissistic supply because you're giving them energy in order to address them. And that's all they want at the end of the day is your energy. It doesn't matter what kind. So what's up, on one? So
Then
these people
go
are
ahead.
tricky, boy. These people are
And
tricky.
yeah, because it's the love bombing. That's the tricky part. Because you'll think everything's all good, and then they'll fall back into that routine of they don't care because they really don't. They really never did.
at all. But they'll pretend.
Yeah, real good. Real good.
Great actors and actresses. But yeah, I think we covered
And when you no longer serve their, when you no longer, they don't feel like you can supply because you're known as supply. You're they, that's the term that they use. Oh, I know. We forgot all about the flying monkeys.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you want to start?
Nope, you go ahead with the monkeys. I'll let you go.
I hadn't even got to those notes yet. We might have to make this a part two, but I could touch on it from what I
Yeah.
know. So the terminology for people that enable these narcissists, like their family, mothers, kids,
Hmm.
they're called flying monkeys. Give me a second. I did put something to the side about them. Hold on.
I think they're kind of like, if I'm not mistaken, they kind of like the flying monkeys. They may not even know that they are like in cahoots with a narcissist just because of how calculated and methodic they are when they move. But um, you'll basically be, it's kind of like that whole dynamic where if that person doesn't like you, then they can get a whole team of people not to like you at the same time, or to slander your name, or just to be against you. Those people would be flying monkeys.
Right. And there are two types. There are benevolent and malevolent. Benevolent flying monkeys help the narcissist with their image and public persona. Malevolent flying monkeys, on the other hand, help the narcissist with their dirty work. This includes spreading rumors, harassing, or even harming others on behalf of the narcissist.
Hmm. Exactly, big fish enablers.
Right. Benevolent are flying monkeys may be a friend who's always happy to post on social media, or a colleague who always singing their praises. Um, Flying monkeys are often people pleasers and codependent. They are usually afraid of conflict and confrontation and will take the easy road in order to avoid problems. They might have a hard time saying no. Alternatively, they may feel guilty or ashamed if they don't comply with the narcissist's wish. They often have low self esteem and are easily manipulated.
Right.
And the role of the flying monkey in the narcissist abuse stages is, like she said, it's stages. We probably have to do a part two because yeah, it's a lot more that wasn't touched on. But anybody have any questions?
We're taking questions from the audience. No. What's up, Butter Growl? What's up, sis? But yeah,
Hello, Shea Butter.
definitely do a part two about maybe we'll touch on what a a narcissist looks like in a parent, because there's a lot of people that are like growing up or have grown up in environments where their parents are narcissists and they have no idea that this is a thing.
That makes
Uh,
sense. Critical thinking.
what do you say?
Mob mentality. Narcissists may start the mob.
Yeah, for real, definitely. But yeah,
Mm.
I think that was all for me.
Yeah, that was all we got to get touched today. We was kind of late starting
Right.
the stream, trying to get our notes together.
But
Salute,
yeah,
gas man.
we can definitely part two about either parents or just the different types. Because I know you mentioned them. There's, what is it? It's covert, overt, um,
You're talking about
Gobert.
different
Yeah,
types of
not
narcissists.
Gobert. Yeah.
Um,
Over.
you
Uh,
have the vindictive, the
yeah.
antagonistic, mani- mani- malignant, I'm tongue
Malignant.
yeah, malignant, covert, the sexual narcissist, cerebral, intelligent, and the somatic, and the spiritual.
Yeah. They be doing too much. Too much. But yeah.
So I did touch on what those traits are in those particular narcissists. So you may have to run it back, but I do want to do a part two on this because I didn't finish getting all my notes together. And you see, you need this is important information because they could be dangerous
Man.
because their whole
Yeah.
object is themselves, and they're gonna do what they have to do to get what they want.
Yeah.
And that mindset alone is dangerous.
Right. Because you get conditioned after a while. I mean, that's anybody that's in an abusive type of dynamic.
Young age.
You're in the dynamic and don't know how to get out of it, or you just get sucked into it. And either you're working with your emotions. You're usually people that stay in these dynamics are working heart over head instead of head over heart. And that's what the narcissist is hoping for so that they can continue their terror basically um, in your life. They're hoping that you are working with your heart instead of with your head so that they can continue to manipulate you. So I mean, I know of a couple right now. They've been together too long. Um, at least 30 years, yo. And about 2 years ago, I presented some of the things that we're talking about. I presented it to that person. And what's up, Roast Toast? Um, and they were like, wait a minute, like, whoa, 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 this is that, and that's this, and I've been dealing with this, and just kept giving me different, storylines for like the different little traits I was giving them, and they've been married, like I said, they've been together over 30 years, but because of they're in the religion, so you till death do us part, they're Christian,
Paranoid schizophrenic.
yeah, you don't divorce, you know what I mean? So in their sense, that would he's a spiritual narcissist because he's
What?
using, God as his reasoning or for their
Right.
reason. But yeah, we could tap
So,
in.
One Eye Willie, what do you do to try to control it? Like, are you on meds? Are you in therapy? That's good to at least know what you had, what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Yeah,
know when something's wrong with you. You
right,
should know, why am I always angry? Or why am I always mad? Or why am I not? Why do I treat people good? Why don't you know what I'm saying? You're not slow.
right,
So the fact that you even had a diagnosis means that you knew that you had a problem, which is a good thing.
right. And that, I'm saying, to seek the help or at least to get
Thank
an
you,
opinion,
Kella.
that's brave. Because some people would be like, nah, it ain't nothing wrong. I'm good.
Right.
But yeah,
Mm.
I feel
let's
you when
go.
I will.
Let's go.
Yeah. Try meditation too.
Oh,
That has to be though for your emotions because I have depression, but I believe my depression is situational. And I know when I'm in that mode, it's just like I don't want to be bothered. I'm just then when I do want to be bothered, I'm just feeling like I'm bothering people. Like
Yeah,
I don't know, I can't explain it.
Yeah, you feel like you're a burden because you're needing to talk to somebody or
Right.
needing assistance. Don't ever do that. I'll beat you. But yeah, don't ever
Right.
be a
Whenever I
burden.
wish you the best too.
But yeah, I plan on very soon doing a stream about like as far as chakras and balancing them or figuring out when they're overactive, balanced, and blocked, and also a vibration video or as far as like how to gauge your frequency, your vibration to know, are you usually sad, mad, depressed, happy, um, things like that, and how to keep it up, or just to how to gauge it to see where you're at in order to do adjustments if necessary. So look out for that. It will. I think it would help with things like that because they'll always they quick to want to prescribe something when
Mm-hmm.
it probably easily just eat something or do meditation or that kind of thing.
I'm not gonna act like I don't take medication. Sometimes like I have a strong will, but sometimes I do just because it just keeps me grounded.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna act like I'm just I meditate
Oh,
and positive and all of that, you know.
right. Yeah. Some of it, some of the medication I'm sure is necessary depending on, I'm sure it varies.
Because I have
But
anxiety. I have very bad anxiety, so it's a good thing that I can stay positive. I love it.
right. That's what's up.
And ADHD, so yeah, I'm all over the place.
Let's go. Let's be everywhere.
And then they try to tell you don't fall into the titles and the diagnosis. But if it's something wrong with you, it's something wrong with you. No, you don't think it's nothing wrong with somebody that will walk into a elementary school and do that to unalive a bunch of children,
Yeah, hi.
helpless children. Like that person had a mental issue that was unaddressed.
Yeah, I'm sure meditation wasn't going to keep them from doing that. So yeah.
Exactly,
I
exactly.
feel you.
Or the man that just out here in Georgia just started shooting in the hospital because they gave him the wrong meds.
Wow.
Killed one, unalived one person, and four were injured.
That's crazy. It's real life though. You
So
got
with that being
anything
said,
else?
I don't have anything else. Y'all have any more questions before?
Montrese fell asleep.
Is he snoring?
Nah, I ain't.
Okay. I'm just playing.
I'm just listening to y'all, man. But no,
Got
shit, I ain't got nothing else to say. Shit, just, you know, my medication is music, man. That's what I do. I listen to music when I ain't feeling, you know what I'm saying, when I'm feeling away.
It's very therapeutic,
it.
but
Yeah.
sometimes music ain't enough.
Oh, not for you. It's enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Singing for
pretty
sure.
different. Yeah.
And people think when I be saying that, I'm talking about listening to like gangster music. Like, no, bro, like meditation music, and I just lay down and chill.
Mm-hmm.
Music is music. Mm.
But shit, I like one of my Yankee candles. I turn that music on. I just chill.
That's right.
That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's shit. Put that phone on silent. Shit. So
Right.
you rest really all you gotta do for real.
Huh. Back away from the cellular device.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stay off of social media.
Straight up.
For real.
Yeah, it's true. Cause don't nobody go on social media and post the worst days. They post their best days, and then people are judging other people's life based off of all of their best days, thinking that they don't never have down days, and so people get depressed or they get jealous, or you know what I mean. All these emotions start to get worked up, and it's like this is not how this person's everyday goes. They're just posting their
Right.
great ones. You know what I mean? So it just be a perspective thing.
Yeah, and then I mean, and there's a lot of shit you can do too. Find you a hobby, you know what I'm saying? Find you something to do.
Right.
You know, it's a lot.
I think we did critical narcissist paths and Takali. Let's go. Yes. You gotta put that in the dictionary. What's up, Looney?
Hey, bro.
But yeah, I guess we can go ahead and salute and say good nights because I know it's probably late for everybody. It's only 10 o'clock for me.
Yeah, it's
So
1:25.
See
Thank you
you.
all for it's past my bedtime. Thank you
yeah,
all for showing up.
yes,
Words.
appreciate everybody.
We need critical thinking.
Right. We gonna jot it down for the for the dictionary. Let's go.
we
Hmm.
calculate.
But yeah. So I appreciate everybody for stopping by and hanging out with us to, become
Thank you,
aware of
Killer.
people. Jay, I appreciate you doing this with me, Mama.
No problem.
And of course, we appreciate you too, Montrese, for sure.
And look out for part two because we didn't. It's a lot we can touch on that we didn't.
Yeah,
Okay, shit, I'll be down for that. You know.
definitely.
No
Yeah,
problem.
we'll do a part two soon. But all right, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and end it. And I will see everybody next time. Have a damn, hella loud, my bad. Have a
God
have a great night. Holy moly. Have a great night, everybody. I appreciate you stopping by. Much love and peace. And
If I
rest
missed
well.
anybody, hey,
Peace.
Good night.
peace. Okay, so did you end
I don't know. Hell no.
it?